Okay, the camera is now on. Stephen Hardwick. Call to order the meeting of the Clintonville Area Commission Zoning and Variance Committee. Should I ask, do we have any objections to the agenda? That's not on the agenda. Okay, without objections, the agenda is approved. I circulated draft minutes from the previous meeting. Does anyone have any corrections?
No correction.
Okay. Then do I have a motion to approve?
So moved to approve.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? And it's unanimously approved. Demolition agenda. We only have 2 items on the agenda that want to be clear what's before us and what isn't before us. We can't stop the demolitions. The city makes people wait 60 days from when they submit their demo permit to actually demolish their house, demolish what they want. The main reason behind that is historic preservation, to give people a chance to lobby the owner, but then they also give the area commissions the opportunity to waive that. And for whole houses, that has to go through the regular process. City Attorney's Office is very clear that that's not that. We want people to do their best to focus on the demolition. I could give a brief explanation when we get to the second one about what the city has told us that's going on legally and why it is where it is. But I'll keep that brief. So the first on the agenda is 110 Erie. These are not mailed out to neighbors. By rule, we can put them on the agenda up to 24 hours in advance. I got the application. I got the Fenway Road applications. I knew I was told they were coming. They came yesterday, so that's why it didn't get sent out to last night. And because of an error in the way one of the email programs I have does, I only saw one of the 3, and that's why I had to rush out the second one to make sure to get the other 2 added to the agenda before 7 o'clock, but we did meet the 24-hour notice. And I posted them on, just for the record, I posted them on after I emailed them to the email list. I sent them to all commissioners and applicants, and to all commissioners and applicants to representatives of the city. And I also posted them on both Facebook pages and on Blue Sky. Okay, first one on the agenda, 110 Erie Road, the waiver of the 60-day waiting period to demolish a home. Is the applicant here?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you for your patience. I think you do have a petition signed by neighbors?
Yes, we
Yes, you could submit it. Do you want to take a picture? I take a picture of it.
Thank you.
Can you scan that? Okay. He's going to scan that and send that to the commission with the record. I can't scan it because my phone is too big. It's connecting it. Do the applicants, do people have, let's keep this short to see if there is a controversy. Are there any questions from the committee? Are there any questions for the committee for the applicant?
This is going to be for a new build?
Correct.
Yes. Okay, are there any comments from the public? Okay. Then I'll put a motion on the floor. I can't remember whether I need to put this on the floor or whether someone else does. I'll put a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
That way we'll be clear either way. Do we have any discussion among the committee? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? It's unanimously approved. I'm sorry for making you come here. The city attorney's office was very, very clear with us about these things. We have to do these in public hearings. If you would like, you can stay for the second one if you want, or you can head back. I think, as I've told people many times before, I once told someone that there's absolutely no way their application would be controversial. and they didn't come, and then there was a round of very unexpected opposition, so I will never tell anyone that ever again. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your patience with me and our
I think we'll stay for a little bit.
Okay. I'll just sort of say briefly why the rest of the Fenway Road isn't on the agenda. This really isn't a discussion item, but this is under zone in, adjacent properties, owners can opt it in through a different process than the regular rezoning process. It still has to go to city council, but it doesn't go through the area commissions. These properties are adjacent to Wesley Gann's property, which is on High Street, so that it is covered by the adjacent rule. This isn't just an exception that anyone can opt in anywhere in Clintonville. It's a little unusual, but it is. We had conversations with the city, I believe yesterday. Mr. Commissioner Prince and I did. Yes, it is absolutely what the rule says. That's the background of why we don't have the rezoning before us. The only thing before us again is the demo permit. As waiving the 60-day notice for the demo permit. I think I'll go through more the regular process just because it is more controversial. I want to make sure people have their chance to have their say. So, I hear that represented the applicant here?
I am.
Yes, okay. Can you just say what's going on with what you can tell us about the demolition?
Sure, absolutely. So my name's Mike Cope. I'm the Senior Director of Construction and Facilities for Wesley Glenn. And so there's 3 properties that are before us. And so one is a property that we've owned for decades and have abandoned and need to demolish. The second one is vacant. We bought it from a neighbor on the street, and she actually, it was kind of neat, she actually moved the house down the block. And so it's just we have a protection fence up around that. The 2 houses that are demoed, that one is just a basement that's there that we have to dig out and backfill. And then the third one, 179, is a house that's partially down right now. We offered up the building to the police department and fire department for training, and they asked us to, they were going to do a controlled burn, and then I guess they couldn't do it for some reason. I don't really know exactly why. So they asked if we would do a partial knock-in where we popped holes in the wall for them to practice rescue techniques and things like that. And so that building is actually kind of fallen partially. So we're really anxious to get that demoed and removed. And so our contractor's queued up and ready to go as soon as we get approved. Hopefully we can get the 60-day waiver so he said it's about a 3-week process to clear everything out, dig the basement out, fill everything in, and then grade it and seed it. So that's all we're ready to do.
Commissioner Moran, do you have anything?
When I met with the Friends of Fenway a couple of weeks ago, and then I think they're looking forward to the properties we demolished because one of them is indeed half moving down. But I'm not sure if there's Friends of Fenway right here.
They had emailed me to asking if they needed, I don't know if they were going to attend to support the 60-day, which I can forward you that email.
Well, you can if you, I don't know if, yeah, but here's what we'll do. If you're here from the public, you will get a chance to talk, but it goes to the committee first and then it goes to the public. You heard from the applicant. You said you got an email of support?
From the Friends of Finley, yes.
Okay. They're here, so if you might want to forward that to me and I can forward it to me and I'll forward it to the commissioner. Okay. That would, and I'll make sure Commissioner Moritz has it as well. Do we have questions from the committee? Okay. We have the commissioner's report statement from the public. Anyone here from the public wishes to speak?
About what specifically?
Yeah, on the 60-day, on the safe, as close as you can to the waiver. I'll give you a little bit of leeway, but don't go too far for too long away from it.
Oh, sure, yeah. So in terms of on Fenway Road, the 3 demos that they're doing, talk to the neighbors that are directly across it. Hi, Mike. you know, they're not opposed to it at all. I mean, they're looking for the eyesore to disappear. If anything, they were maybe just a little bit frustrated with the way they've been treated. So, but they said they're not going to cut their nose off to spite the face. Right? So they recommend tear that sucker down. Let's get after it.
Any other members of the public? I think, well, I can see one question you're going to have at the commission, so I was asking, what can you tell us about what your concepts are for the property once the buildings are down?
So at this point in time, we've done a market study to find out if building additional units even makes sense. So we've engaged a company called Plant Moran. They help senior living people, especially so we're a not-for-profit faith-based organization. So you guys know Wesley Glenn, you've been there for 50 plus years. So, and Life Enriched Community is affiliated about 3 years ago. We're very much the same organization. So that area needs growth. The market study showed that there is a need for senior, we call them products, apartments or, independent living, what we call them. So there's a need for it. All we've done right now is started with the market study. It's shown that's occurred. We're in the process of doing a business study. All we have are concepts. I mean, not even really concepts. So we have an idea of what we want to do, which is it's going to have to be likely multi-story, and we would like multi-story front-facing High Street. But that's all the farther we've really gotten, is just really starting the business study. We're doing one of our communities up in Munster York, up in Westlake, Ohio, and called Concord Reserve. That took us about a year and a half to go from getting market data to even getting concept drawings. And that's a year and a half. We're like right here, just getting verification from the market study. So we're super preliminary. But we have to have this property to be able to even consider what we want to do. We're going to need additional parking, just the whole. We want to do additional amenity space, enhanced bistro, cafes, even dining areas, that type of thing. So that's where we are.
Thank you. Any other questions? Thank you, Barry. Any other questions from the committee?
Is there an intent to work with Friends of Fenway on this planning process now that you're starting it?
Absolutely. We just like partnering with fire and the police department. We're neighbors. We're a community. People that live in Wesley Glen, some of them. I mean, there's neighbors that are on our committees and in our facility all day, every day. So. Our intent is to be good neighbors in every way. There's not a community where we have a campus that we don't do that.
I hope, because probably before you became involved, there's in the past been a little bit of miscommunications.
I agree.
And I'm hoping that won't happen here.
Yeah, there's been a lot of questions asked that we can't answer, so it looks like evasiveness, and it's not. It's just that we
Exactly.
can't.
I think the problem is that goes back to the history.
Yeah.
So as long as you're going to be keeping them informed and involved,
Yep.
part of the planning, then that won't be a problem. They know how to talk.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, because there'll be one, I'll let you have one comment, which normally you don't go back to the public. Since
We look forward to.
No, I sent to her.
Oh, my bad.
No, she
Okay. We're just coming into town and hearing about this, so this is all new for us, but we've lived in our home for 40 years, the next street over on Westview, Riverside there. So at the end there, there's a lot of concerns because this is a beautiful neighborhood. I mean, and Wesley Glen included. I have a lot of nursing friends that have worked there, still work there, patients, people, I worked at OSU for many, many years before. And the thing is that You know, we are concerned about traffic, we're concerned about, we're in the dark, actually, and we appreciate what our board here are trying to inform us with more information, because it is important. There is a need for housing, like those homes that you took down. Okay, we know that. And it's not just care for seniors and, you know, folks at Westwood Glen, but we have a neighborhood, the most gorgeous neighborhood. And it's close to a lot of convenient things. And we have a lot of seniors that live in our community as well, that live in their own homes and intend to live in their homes as long as possible. So I want consideration of all of those things. It's very important.
Thank you. Can you give your name so we have that word?
Kathleen Walters.
Kathleen Walters.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No,
Okay.
I kind of.
Yeah, go ahead.
I appreciate that, and we do this. All I can do is give assurances, you know, it's just work, right? Until we start actually doing something. You know, we have to get to a point where we can study what we're doing to be able to start communicating to the community. In my experience, as I've done this, if we go and give information that we have to take a left turn on or, you know, right turn because maybe it didn't fit the business model, or even though we're not for profit, like we have to serve our seniors, right, and our residents. And so what I've found is that it's worse putting information out there and then you've got to pull back and go, well, that's not going to work. So until we get a plan that we know, and anybody just look up Plant Moran, they're just a phenomenal outfit that helps us put the business plan together so we know the number of units we can build, the general sizes, you know, how much parking we need. We'll do traffic studies. I mean, if anything, senior living is one of those companies, I guess, for lack of a better word, or an organization where seniors don't drive a lot. So to have something go in right there, we always find that traffic is far less than what people fear, because it's families coming to visit, and those usually after hours. It's not a lot of nursing care, you don't have a lot of traffic and things like that. So that helps.
And as you well know, we have a major shopping center 1 block away.
Yeah.
And High Street right in that area is and we have a school the next block north, Tree of Life, and it's all cars, parents dropping off their kids. It's a backup. It's a backup for the community. Anybody that lives in the area knows. Okay, so we just, you know, all those things need to, and I'm sure, you know, you're doing studies. I mean, I worked at Willowbrook when I first moved.
Wind up.
Okay, I'm just saying, I know you want all these things, but you've got a street with a light, major high street traffic, different hours. The thing is, getting out of there, I don't know how there's condos across Bill Moose there. A whole group of 3-story condos. You know that. And you know that there's also private homes and now apartments that have been purchased by people. And they're building their own units, you know, their own condos. So there's going to be a lot more construction than you on that street, and there's no way out except High Street. So, you know, those things, you probably don't even, you're not aware of that. That just happened recently. That those apartments that are like, they're over 40 years old, I know that for a fact, so they're being sold individually. And there's a lot of construction that's already starting. So we've got to beware of the area and what's the traffic's like and how people they want their livelihood. They want it to be a beautiful, quiet neighborhood like you know it is. Yeah. So.
Yeah, senior living, fortunately, for neighborhoods is one of those low impacts type of thing that you put in there, because you're not adding schools, not adding children to the school system, overloading that. You know, it's not a high staff type of effort. Yeah, there'll be some more maintenance staff and things like that, but it's not as high of a driver.
Tree of Life is blocked, they're
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not, yeah, so,
Thanks.
I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate, no, part of it's to give you time to make your point. I think you,
Right.
you made your point.
I am.
And thank you for coming here to express it. Do we have any more questions from the committee? Then I'll put a motion to approve on the floor. Do I have a second? Second. Well, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Then recommended approved unanimously. These all go to the commission a week from Thursday, a week from tomorrow. Yes, they will be meeting on July 2nd. They check to make sure they have quorum before. Well, the third is actually a holiday for a lot of people. So I don't know where on the agenda. It's usually after 8 o'clock. If you have questions about the process going on at West Lagoon, Commissioner Moritz had very detailed conversations with the city. They're working on getting us a summary of it. So with that, do I have any objections to adjourning? The meeting is adjourned at 7:21.